Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode, another video here on Craftin' on Ilum. I do apologize, I've been really sick ever since I went to GalaxyCon, so I've been recovering and you can probably hear it in my voice as I'm going through this video, so please excuse any sniffling or coughing. But yeah, so we are getting over a cold, so just bear with me here. But anyways, this video is going to be about GalaxyCon. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of talk about the stuff that we did this past weekend in Columbus at GalaxyCon and go through as well as a haul, just going through some of the things that we picked up. Not a whole lot, but we did get a couple of actor slash celebrity interactions, so I will put those photos somewhere in the video. So that way you guys can see that. But yeah, so GalaxyCon was December 6th through the 8th. And I went with Tales of the Force. Jessica, she came and visited, and we went down to the convention together for those 2 days. It was a lot of fun. It was amazing being able to see Jessica in person. We've never actually met in person. So if you haven't already, she was actually on my channel. We talked about episodes 1 and 2 of Skeleton Crew. Be sure to check out her channel, Tales of the Force. Be sure to check her out. But yeah, we've been friends through our socials for a bit now, and it was just really nice getting to see her and hang out in person. So I went Saturday and Sunday are the 2 days that I went, and on Saturday, it was super busy, and I've mentioned in a couple of my videos that I do prefer smaller cons, because I am a bit of an introvert.
This is the worst!
When we got there, we went and got our badges and whatnot, and it was in the convention slash like hotel area of downtown Columbus, and it was a pretty big like venue. So we it was freezing cold, and we entered the building like on the opposite side of where the badges were, so we had to walk all the way across to go get our badges. So just trying to give like an insight as to like how big the con was. I'm sure that MegaCon is bigger because it is. I mean, there was a couple of stories in this one. MegaCon is definitely bigger, but like this was a pretty big con. And so we'd walk across, got our badges, and then we ran into a couple of mutuals, took some photos, went through the 501st area. And we were waiting because Jessica had some photo ops that day, and she also offered and got me a photo op. So we were waiting for a couple of photo ops that day, and one of them being with Hayden, and I dressed up as my Trilla cosplay, so we just kind of roamed around, visited some booths, and hung out with a couple of mutuals. Like I said, went to the 501st booth for a little bit, and just kind of walked around. But we were mainly waiting for the photo op, specifically with Hayden, the chosen one. And Jessica was gonna get an individual, and then we were gonna do like a co-op photo. I don't know if that's what they're called, but or a duo photo, with Hayden. So we waited. That was like around 5 p.m., and we got to the convention like around 1. And most of the time was just like trying to walk to get to the places that we wanted to get to. Um, Ton of walking. And so, yeah, at 5 o'clock, we had our duo photo, and it was really great to meet him in person. He was super sweet, gave me a really long handshake saying, like, it's nice to meet you and stuff, gave Jessica a big ol' hug. And so, this is our photo. There's our photo. I thought it came out really sweet, really cool. Yep. Look at that. Trilla with Vader right there, right there. And Jessica was in a very cool, fashionable dark side, lakeside Padme. Came out really cute, I think. Look at that big ol' Anakin smile. Love it. So that was Saturday, and then we went in line again later because Jessica had an individual photo with Hayden, and so we were mostly just waiting in line for the photo walks and stuff. And we also ran into Brent Woodside Art, chatted with him for a little bit, and eventually, as the night went on, we sat down and got hydrated. Um, oh, and on Saturday we ran into Tony, Star Wars Sith, and on Saturday, we also ran into I forget her name, like, on her Instagram page, but, like, there's this, lady with her, like, service dog, and she goes to a lot of conventions, and her service dog, like, walks around with a lightsaber, in his mouth or her mouth. I think it's a girl dog. I think her name is Sydney. I'm not too sure. But anyway, so we ran into the lady with her service dog, and the dog was in, like, a dark side, like, with hood and, like, black little booties, and then he had this or she or he had her lightsaber, and it was red, and then so we all took, like, a group photo, and Tony captured that, and so, yeah, it was really great to run into everyone on Saturday, and then on Sunday, it was, a lot slower, in terms of, like, less people, and on Sunday, I got to meet Sam Witwer. That was the very first thing that I did. I had, like, a whole Darth Maul outfit, like a Christmas sweater and the pants that I had painted. I'll post photos here on the screen so you can see that. But that was the very first thing I did on Saturday, and I've been wanting to meet him for a very long time. And I had, like, questions and stuff drawn up that I thought I was gonna be able to ask him, but, it was still pretty packed, like, his line, and, he did seem a little tired, and so I didn't wanna, like, prolong the interaction. He was still really sweet, really kind. When I walked up to his booth, he was like, "I love your sweater," and, so because I had the Darth Maul sweater on, and that immediately I was like, "Thank you so much." And then my friend Jessica, she was like, "And her pants, like, take a look at her pants." She, like, painted, Darth Maul and all that on her pants, so I, like, showed him my pants, and he, like, looked over the booth so he could see that. And then I actually brought, something for him to sign. I'm gonna grab that real quick. So at his booth, you could do, like, a selfie and then get an autograph as well, so I did both of those because I needed a photo with the legendary Sam Witwer. I wanna meet him again at another con because I wanna be able to ask him one of my questions, but I wanna go on, like, a Friday, like, the very first day or whatever day that he's there for the first time and go, like, first thing, so that way he's a bit more energized. So at ICCC, I got this Clone Wars encyclopedia book, and, this was like $5 at that con. I showed it in my haul video, and I thought it'd be perfect because there's a Darth Maul page, and so I brought it for him to sign, and he signed right below Maul. I love that he put, like, Sam Witwer, Maul, because he is a Maul, he is the voice of Maul, and he was, like, looking through it, like, the page that it was on, and he was like, "This is really cool." He's like, "Do you know what year this is?" And my brain was just complete mush because I was just in awe that I was, like, right there in front of Sam, and I was silly and didn't think to look at the back that this is, like, the year that it has. This is 2021. And I was like, "No," but, like, I got it at a collector's convention, and I think that they update them, like, every year, like, with the new characters and stuff because it's pretty updated, like, it has the recent characters. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he motioned for us to go take our selfie, and so I didn't really have a chance to, like, ask him my question because he, like, was so, like, I went up to his booth, he looked at my sweater and complimented it, and I showed him my pants, and he was like, "Oh, what do you have, like, to be autographed?" So I showed him the book, and then he, like, took his time because he was like, "I Where do you want me to sign?" And I was like, "Wherever your heart desires." And so he signed below Maul, and he was looking through, and I didn't wanna, like, interrupt, like, him, looking at the pages and stuff, and then he motioned for us to take our selfie, and I was shaking, like, I was sure that he could feel me shaking because he put his arm, like, around me, 'cause, he's much taller. I'll put the photo here, but I was shaking, like, trembling because I was, like, excited, but also really nervous. It was I loved meeting Sam. I've been wanting to meet him for such a long time. But yeah, so he was super nice, and then we went back, to the table because I had a couple of stickers from my shop, my mall, Oh, What Fun, and I brought him an Acolyte sticker because I saw, like, in the credits that he had, been, like, one of the voices or did some sound effects or whatnot for Acolyte. So I brought him a sticker 2 stickers, and then my friend Jessica, she was like, she designed that, and he was like, "Oh, no way, that's so cool." And then, she wanted to get a photo as well, and so then she went to go take her photo, and then after, um, I I had watched a lot of his interviews prior to, and in one of his interviews, he, like, claimed to be, like, the world's best armpit farter, and so he's not a very, like, serious guy, like, he doesn't take life too seriously, and so I had my questions, but again, like, he seemed really tired but it was still really pleasant with us. And he smiled, he had a big smile in our photo, which I appreciated, um, and so I had my questions, but I didn't wanna ask them, but I did say, "I just wanna say it is great to meet the world's best armpit farter," and his response was, like, "You must be talking about one of you 2," and me and Jessica were like, "No, you," and he was like, "Me?" And I was like, "Yeah, you said it in one of your interviews that you're the world's best armpit farter," and he was like, I probably did." He's like, "I probably need to practice more though." And then we said bye, and Jessica was like, "Thank you so much, like, for your time, like, I'm sure you're really tired," and he gave, like, a nod, like, of like, "Yeah, I'm pretty tired." When we left, I'm so embarrassed. I don't know why I said this, but I was like, "Stay hydrated." Literally went like that, and I was like, "Stay hydrated." And Jessica, I didn't look to see his reaction because I was so embarrassed after I said it, and she was like, he had a big grin on his face. So I hope that made an impression. Um, but it was such a great time meeting him. It was brief, but really pleasant, and I have a photo with him now, and I really wanna meet him again in the future. And so, yeah, I have this really cool encyclopedia book signed by the Sam Witwer, and one day I will be able to ask him my questions. I was gonna ask him, like, is there something that you really want to add to your collection that you've had your eyes on for a while? And another one was like, is there a campaign that you want to do for like D&D? Um, Things like that, because I know that that's something that he's interested in, and so it's another reason why I'd wanted to bring this book because he is a bit of a collector and like a nerd, like all of us, and so I thought he'd really appreciate this. So yeah, really, really happy that I got to meet him and the chosen one in my Trilla outfit, just circle complete. And then after Sam's booth, we went around again. We went to Punch It Chewy, talk with Isabella and Arkell. I don't know if I said his name right. I picked up a pin. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out so you can see it better. Okay, hopefully you can see that a bit better. So yeah, that's the pin that I got. It's super cool. I'll take a photo of it so you can see it clear because I don't know why my camera doesn't want to pick it up. But this is the pin. Anakin in his Clone Wars armor. So yeah, I got that pin at Punch It Chewy. We talked with Isabella for a little bit. And then we went to the also another legendary person, John Jackson Miller, who wrote The Living Force as well as the Kenobi book and A New Dawn and an Old Republic novel and comic, I believe. I'm not familiar because I haven't read that one. But here is his bookmark. And I had a really, really great time talking with him. He was super sweet and like super enthusiastic. Like like, wanted to talk about, like, all of his novels and stuff and talk about the inspiration that he drew for certain parts of the books and stuff. Specifically, I was talking to him about the living force and my favorite chapter, which is chapter 8, when Qui-Gon is, like, talking to all 12 members of the council, and he's like, like, "We should be out there and not, like, stuck here in the bureaucratic society of the Republic, and we should, be in, like, nature and one with the Force," and things like that, basically, is his spiel. And, he was talking to me about the inspiration for that, and he told me that, inspiration for that moment was actually from Attack of the Clones when Obi-Wan's in the bar and, I forget his name, it's something like Scumbag or something like that, but the guy who offers Kenobi death sticks, and he's like, "You wanna buy some death sticks?" And it works because I have the voice right now. Um, and Obi-Wan's like, "You don't wanna sell me death sticks, you wanna go home and rethink your life." And so, the author was like, I was just thinking that's probably how all Jedi were supposed to be, like, they're supposed to be role models and, like, you know, people that the citizens should be able to look up to and they should provide guidance, for the galaxy, and so he was like, "That is where that scene originated from," and I was like, that's so cool, and so he's just telling me more and more stories like that, and I was just talking to him about how, like, I like the, like, little mundane, events in the Living Force, like the little side missions that the Jedi go on, and he was like, "Yeah, like, this is the fall of the Republic," and so, like, at each side mission, you see a little bit of that in that, and I want to make sure that the audience feels immersed in the world, and so showing, like, little like tidbits of like, because he also wrote some Batman novels as well, and I think comics. And he was talking about how like when I meaning him when he goes to go write he's thinking about how would this character like physically like practically put on their suit or like how would they go about their day like things like that, and so that was definitely seen in the living forest and he wanted to incorporate that to make it immersive, and so it was really really fun chatting with him. He's super nice. So I hope to see him at another con, and if you're at a convention, definitely check out his booth. um and then I also got to run into a person that I met at ICCC. Fangirling over Jesus is her username, and I'm sorry that I don't remember her actual name. I mostly remember people's like usernames. Um, but yeah, so I went to her booth and I picked up this really cool Lethal Wolf tumbler, and it has like a little slidey thing so it seals, and it also came with this really cool metal straw and a pipe cleaner for it, so I thought that was really cool. And yeah, I just wanted another tumbler. I'm always using these, love to like add stickers and stuff on that. So yeah, that was Sunday. Just ran into a couple of mutuals, talked for a bit, hung out, went to different booths and stuff. That's the amount of merch that I picked up. I mostly just wanted to stay within budget because I did pay for autograph, and selfie with Sam. Um, but yeah, it was really fun. I had a lot of fun with Jessica, Tales of the Force. Saturday was really busy, mostly just running around trying to like say hi to the people that we saw and then waiting in line mostly for our photographs and also stopping because I was super tired in my Trilla outfit, walking around. And so, yeah, Saturday busy, Sunday got to talk with a couple of people at their booths. And after we left a bit early because we wanted to go into downtown Columbus, to North Market, I think is what it was called. And it's basically, if you're from California, if you've ever been to the Anaheim Packing House, it's like that. So it was really good food there. Got some ice cream, got some vegan ice cream 'cause I am lactose intolerant. And got some dumplings and some boba while we were there, and yeah, it was a really nice time. Sunday was a lot more easy going than Saturday. Saturday was really busy. So I am sorry if I wasn't able to see everyone who went there. But yeah, good times, got some great interactions with celebrities, and the next convention that we will be going to is going to be Fan Expo in New Orleans with my girl Nilda, my big sis, and we're going to be doing a panel there. So definitely watch the channels for information and updates. On that. And yeah, for that convention, I'm working on upgrading my Endor Leia because our panel is called Women of the Galaxy. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I've never been to New Orleans, so pretty excited for the next convention. And just for the rest of the year, conventions that I have coming up after New Orleans in January. The next con will most likely be ICC Con. And then after that, if I am able to, I'm hoping to do a San Diego Comic Con. We'll see how that goes. Getting tickets for it was I didn't have much luck because they were pretty much sold out by the time I got in the queue. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see if we'll be able to go to San Diego Comic Con. That will be in July. And then in August, I will be at Rebel Scum Con in Dallas, Texas. And then, um, yeah, Rebel Scum Con in August, Dallas, Texas. And then after that, I will be at Legends Expo in September in California, in Burbank, California. So those are the cons that we've got lined up. Make sure that you're following those pages if you liked what you saw in the Rebel Scum Con review video and the ICC Con review video. Um, GalaxyCon was fun, definitely a lot larger than the other conventions that I've gone to. So wasn't able to get as much footage as I wanted to because it was really busy. I wanted to do a vlog, but unfortunately wasn't able to just because of time. But I did get a few photos and whatnot, so they'll be here in the video. But yeah, those are the conventions coming up, and we're just gonna continue to do reaction videos for Skeleton Crew, which I have been enjoying a lot. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching this week's video. Be sure to give it a like, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not already following, and comment below, are there conventions that you have planned for the year? And if so, list them below. Maybe there's conventions that we haven't heard of that other people might be interested in going to. So yeah, thank you again, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.